I'm Matt with etrailer, and today we're going to be talking about the Thule T2 hand assembly and how to replace it. Now there might be a few reasons why you might need to replace this. It could be that maybe it's been scuffed up, damaged, maybe you were backing up somewhere or something hit it. That's one potential thing. Or maybe after a long time of using this, maybe years, especially in those really wet climates or icy climates, this handle here is really kind of getting caught and not really working as well as before. Really, that's not going to be as common because it's a pretty well-built handle, but if it's happened to you, then this might be a reason you need to replace it. Now, if you're replacing it for another reason, we'd love to hear why, maybe the story behind it. But if you want to see how to replace this, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through that process. So first thing we're going to need to do is remove the old handle assembly. You're just going to need two Allen keys for that. That's going to be a 4mm and a 5mm. And those bolts are going to be located at the back side. So I already removed one of them here. If I go to the other side, this is where the other 4mm is going to be located, at this location here. So I'll start to loosen that one up. And once I get this one taken out, I'll show you where that location of the 5mm bolt is. Once you remove the two 4mm bolts, then we'll come over here to the center, right in between these two tabs, for that 5mm one. And we're just going to remove this one too. This one can be a little bit tricky to find at first, just since it is in this deeper hole. So just kind of work with us until you're able to get that loosened up. Inside of here is another 4mm, so that might just vary on your specific one that you have. It could be 4mm or it could be 5mm, but right now all three of these bolts are going to be 4s, and then I can just remove this. Another important thing is just maintain your hardware. You don't want to lose that, just so you can reinstall this handle assembly back on here. The trick to removing this is once you have all three of those loosened up, then you can just take this out and it slides right off. And we can take a closer look at where that bolt is kind of sitting in here. So if I take my Allen key and I push in the center here, you can kind of see the back end right there where those threads are kind of peeking out. But to put your new handle assembly back in, all you have to do is pretty much just do those steps in reverse. So we'll just lower this down, apply some pressure. Usually it'll kind of click when it's seated all the way down. And I actually recommend starting with that bolt in the center, because that's what's actually going to activate the handle assembly to start working for you. So we're retightening that down using the Allen key you used to loosen it up to begin with. And here's another tip. If you're having issues trying to get the center one tightened up completely, what you can do is completely remove this and just check how that bolt is sitting in there. If it's pushed out, just push it in some. And when you put this handle assembly back on, make sure the handle is pushed all the way down. That's going to make sure these holes get lined up. And then afterwards, you can check if it's properly working by pulling on this and making sure this is engaging. And if it is, then you can grab your 2 second bolts and put those back into place. This is going to work with a lot of different T2 bike racks, whether you have the X, the XT, or the XTR. But that was just a look at how to install the hand assembly for your T2 Thule bike rack. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.